The latest Abacus Data poll offers a revealing snapshot of where Canadians stand today. Let's dive deep into the data and analyze the trends shaping the political battlefield. The battle in Atlantic Canada is too close to call. The Liberals are clinging to a narrow lead at 41%, but the Conservatives are hot on their heels at 40%. This region, long considered a Liberal stronghold, is showing signs of volatility. The NDP, struggling to gain ground, holds 16%, while the Greens remain on the fringes at 3%. With such tight margins, this will be a region to watch as campaigns ramp up. Quebec, the Bloc holds, but Conservatives rise. In Quebec, the Bloc Québécois remains the dominant force with 34%, appealing to nationalist voters. But what's catching attention is the Conservative Party's surge to 29%, making them a real contender for key ridings. The Liberals, once a powerhouse in the province, now find themselves in third place at 28%. Meanwhile, the NDP struggles at just 5%, continuing its decline in the province. The Green Party and the People's Party each captured 2%, with little sign of upward momentum. Will the Bloc maintain its dominance, or are we seeing a major political realignment in Quebec? Ontario, the decisive battleground. Ontario, Canada's political battleground, shows a clear Conservative lead at 46%. The Liberals, who rely heavily on this province for electoral success, sit at 32%, a full 14 points behind. The NDP remains in the mix with 15%, while the Greens and the PPC trail at 4% and 3% respectively. With its high number of seats, Ontario could be the make or break province for any party looking to form the next government. The question is, will the Liberals make a comeback, or are the Conservatives poised for a breakthrough? Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Conservative stronghold. No surprises here. The Conservatives dominate Manitoba and Saskatchewan with a commanding 56%, reinforcing their hold on the Prairies. The Liberals, though distant, still maintain some presence at 26%, while the NDP lags behind at 15%. With the Conservatives holding a firm grip, this region appears to be locked in their favor, unless the Liberals or NDP can stage an unexpected challenge. Alberta, a Conservative fortress. Alberta remains a Conservative stronghold with a staggering 74% support. The NDP, despite their provincial success, only musters 14%, while the Liberals are nearly irrelevant at just 9%. The People's Party captures 2% and the Greens trail at 1%. Alberta's loyalty to the Conservatives is undeniable, but the real battle here might be within the right-wing factions, as the PPC and other voices attempt to chip away at the Conservative base. British Columbia, a three-way race. British Columbia presents one of the more dynamic races in this election cycle. The Conservatives lead with 43%, but the NDP remains a formidable challenger at 25%. The Liberals, while trailing at 20%, still hold competitive ground in key urban centers. The Green Party, historically strong in certain BC ridings, polls at 8%, while the PPC takes 4%. With its mix of urban progressives, suburban centrists, and rural conservatives, BC remains a province of political contrasts, one where anything can happen. National picture, Conservatives in command, Liberals falling behind. The Conservative Party of Canada, CPC, is leading the race with a formidable 46% of national support. This represents a major boost for Pierre Poilievre and his party, signaling strong voter confidence in their platform. If these numbers hold, the Conservatives could be on track for a decisive victory, possibly even a majority government. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's Liberal Party, LPC, faces a steep challenge, sitting at 27%. This marks a significant gap, one that the Liberals must overcome quickly if they hope to remain in power. With their support eroding, particularly in key battlegrounds like Ontario and British Columbia, the party will need to strategize aggressively to regain lost ground. The New Democratic Party, NDP, led by Jagmeet Singh, holds steady at 15%. While these numbers may not indicate a breakthrough, they do suggest that the NDP remains a relevant force, particularly in regions like British Columbia and Ontario, where they have traditionally performed well. In Quebec, the Bloc Québécois, BQ, commands 7% of national support, reflecting their continued dominance within the province. However, their influence remains regional, with little impact beyond Quebec's borders. The Green Party, GPC, and the People's Party of Canada, PPC, each stand at 3%, struggling to gain momentum. While the Greens have historically had pockets of strength in British Columbia, their national reach remains limited. Similarly, the PPC, despite its vocal base, has yet to translate online enthusiasm into widespread electoral success.